For number 6, the answer is going to be A. And this problem kind of has a lot going on, but let's let u be our denominator. U is x plus 1. Du is going to equal dx on this one. So when we start to rewrite it, I'm going to have x squared over u times du. So if we rewrite the 0 and the 2, if I plug in 0 to x plus 1, I get 1. And plugging in 2 plus 1 is going to give us 3. So we are stuck here. We have an x squared that I don't want. We're going to have to make another substitution. If u is x plus 1, then x is u minus 1. So if we plug that in, we have this expression, which we're going to have to simplify. So this one needs a lot of simplification. U squared minus 2u plus 1 all over u. And we want to reduce that fraction. U squared over u is u minus 2 plus 1 over u du. Oops, that's supposed to be a 1. So our antiderivative is going to be 1/2 u squared minus 2u plus ln u. And if we plug this in, if we plug in the 3 and the 1, we're going to ultimately get that final answer of ln 3. So I have 1/2 3 squared, so 1/2 times 9 minus 2 times 3 minus 6 plus ln 3 minus, and we plug in 1, and 1/2 minus 2 ln of 1. So the key to this is that ln of 1 is 0. So I have 9/2 minus 6 plus ln 3 minus 1/2 plus 2. And if we simplify all this, the 9/2 minus 1/2 is 8/2, so 4. 4 minus 6 plus 2, those all clear each other out. We're just left with the ln 3. So on this problem, you might be wondering, so around this step over here, we were able to break the fraction apart to simplify. But we're not allowed to do that with the original problem. We can only do this type of simplification from here to here if we have a single term in the denominator. This x plus 1 in that denominator prevented us from doing that simplification. So this problem had a lot of work, a lot of algebra involved, but that is what we got to do. Okay, so try number 7. Number 7 has a couple things going on, but try to figure out what u is, and it sort of combines this section with the last packet. So on this problem, we have a denominator and we have a set of parentheses. The set of parentheses are going to sort of overpower the fraction. First of all, the answer to this is D, sine of 1, weird answer, but there we go. So for this problem, if we have something that's in parentheses, if we have a clearly defined inside function, that's going to be our u. So u is going to be ln x. So du dx is 1 over x, and x du equals dx. So we start to rewrite our problem. So I have cosine of u over x times x du. And it simplifies pretty nicely. I have cosine u du. Don't forget to rewrite the 1 and the e. ln of 1 is 0. ln of e is 1. The antiderivative of cosine is sine. And this is how our answer turns out to be sine of 1. Okay, last problem on the packet. The sales of a new product, we're told S of T. Oh, first if you want to try it, I'll give you the answer. For part A of this, we're going to have that C is 45,000 and that K is negative 1.861. Make sure you're using your calculator. You're not going to get that value for k without your calculator. And then for part B, if you want to give it a shot, is 174069. I'm not sure if there's supposed to be a decimal in there or not because my answers aren't clear. Anyway, so for part A, we have S of t is CE to the k over t. We're told that as t goes to infinity, this whole expression is going to go to 45,000. And we're told 7,000 units have been sold after 1 year. So we have these two pieces of information. The limit, this limit is going to give us the c value. Clearly, I mean, you can see that from the answer, but as t goes to infinity, the k over t is going to go to 0, right? So if t goes to infinity, k divided by infinity is 0. So that's going to leave us with just the c out in front. So knowing that the limit is going to be 45,000, that gives us the coefficient. So S of t, we now know is 45,000 e to the k over t. And I am sorry in this video if you've been hearing some weird grunting and breathing noises. My dog is right next to the microphone and she refuses to move. And she has been here for like the last 15 minutes. So anyway, the second part of the problem, after 1 year, we know that we have 7,000 units. So 7,000 is what we get if we plug in 1 for t. And if we plug in 1 for t, our exponent is just k. So this is something you need to solve in your calculator. And doing that, so plugging in y1 and y2, you're going to have to adjust the window pretty significantly. But we get a very small k value. K is negative 1.861. So that's whole thing is part A. Part B is so part B, we want to find the total number of things sold. So we're told that the sales, now we have a full expression for S of t. It's 45,000 e to the negative 1.861 over t. So these are the sales. If I want to find the total number of sales, that's just going to mean we're looking for an integral. So if I want the total number of things, so I want the integral from 5 to 10 of S of t. And this is something that our calculator can do for us.